Hey guys, welcome to the Prepping Preacher. I'm Brother Tim. I hope God is truly blessing you. Hey, if it's your first time with me, man, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell down there at the bottom. That way you'll be part of the congregation. You'll get new videos coming out, and we'll treat you so many ways. One of them got to be right. But I'm sitting out on the patio in the beautiful hills of Tennessee. Man, what a beautiful day God's given us on the eve of our Independence Day celebration. I've got the smoker going, man. I got the chicken on that thing. We're going to eat good as soon as the family gets up in here. But I started reflecting about what the 4th of July truly means to me and what it should mean to this country. And folks, this is one of the most important celebrations as a nation that we have. It's where we celebrate one of the documents from our founding fathers that established this great country that we live in. I believe people have forgotten what it truly means. The preamble, we read that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I'll stop right there. See, it's no longer that anymore. Now they changed that equal to equity. There's a big difference. Equal means that we're all given a fair shot. It's a level playing field for each and every race, creed, whatever it may be. But now they add equity. And let me explain what equity is. Equity says, well, somebody is substandard to somebody else due to their race or to their creed, their nationality. And so they've got to be given something to help them to at least try to compete equally. Don't you believe that stuff? That right there in itself is prejudice. That right there is bigotry, saying that one race, that one creed is better than the other. It's wrong on so many fronts, and this critical race theory has got to go, and we've got to stand up to it. But it continued that they are endowed, that all men are equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Now I'll stop right there. That Creator, that's a big C. What are you talking about? They were talking about our God, that our God gave us the rights. Not Congress, not the House of Representatives, not Nancy Pelosi, not none of those nuts, not our administration. They haven't given us anything. God gave us them. They're trying to take them away. Now those rights, that among them are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Well, I'll stop there. The pursuit of happiness, you can pursue your happiness as long as it doesn't infringe upon another man's life or liberty. The problem we got now is we've got these little groups that are going up there, these special interest groups that are pursuing their happiness, however deviant it might be, and they become a problem because now they are inflicting upon my life and my liberty, your life and your liberty. It's wrong. They've missed the point. You see, when that paper was written, 56 men signed it, 56 of our founding fathers. And I want you to understand this. It doesn't matter how they try to rewrite the history books. They try to write them out as that these were scourge of the earth, that they had all these faults. Maybe even they would say that they were deplorable. Britain surely thought so. And they thought they could whoop us, but they had another thing coming. But we sent this paper up there to King George telling him what we expected. Of those 56 men, 9 of them paid with their blood and died on the battlefield in the Revolutionary War. Another 5 were captured and tortured and murdered by the British as spies. The rest of the 56, most of them had their homes pillaged, burned, looted, their buildings destroyed, and they were on the run until we threw the British out of our country. You see, they knew what it was like to stand in that gap. This generation that we've got now, they don't even know where the gap starts. We are become so complacent and so wanting to not offend anybody that we will not tell somebody what the truth is and how to stand on the truth. Well, if you're expecting that from me, you got another thing coming, because I am pro-God. I am pro-family. I am pro-life. I am pro-gun, and I am pro these United States of America. And I've said it before in some of my other videos, and some people got offended. You know what? I could care less, Skippy. If you don't like it, turn the channel. It's your choice. But I'm going to tell you, you want America to be great again. People use that slogan, want to be great again. America can never, ever be great again until we turn back to what our founding fathers had set before us, to the Creator. Until we turn back to God, this country will not be great. I want you to understand something. There is nothing in our Bible about America. I don't care how many people try to read in something. There's nothing in there. Makes you think. We don't have long to go, do we? Because we have turned our backs on God. I started looking at this. When we kick God out of our schools, every deviant in the world come into them. And they talk about they don't want prayers in schools. Well, they never took a calculus test, I can guarantee it, because there's some praying going on in that high school. But what I'm trying to tell you is that we have turned our backs upon God, and then we want Him to bless us. How stupid are we? Folks, I'm here to tell you it's time to start standing in the gap. The first gap we got to stand in is, if you're a Christian, you need to stand up and say what's right and what's wrong according to God's word, not your views. It's time to turn back. You see, because we've got tyranny coming at us. We've got tyranny coming from everywhere. And I'm a firm believer. You're either of God or you're of the devil. There is no in between. And what we're seeing eroding away our liberties in the United States of America, folks, is of the devil. He is wearing us down, and he's doing it through the acts of inclusion, where we have to include everything so that we don't offend anybody. Well, guess what? The gospel message of Jesus Christ is offensive. And you may have turned off by now, and if you did, I'm sorry, but I hope you hear that only Jesus saves. So I'm here on this eve of the 4th of July to say, you want to make America great again? Number one, turn back to God. Number two, start acting like you've turned back to God. All right, we got too many CINOs, Christians in names only, walking these roads now. Man, if you're going to be a Christian, act like a Christian. But no, I will stand on God's word. I have conviction. If you don't have any of your own, I'll loan you some till you can afford them. But folks, if we don't do something soon, if we don't stand up and say enough's enough to these special interest nut groups, we've lost our country. And folks, I'm here to tell you, there's nowhere else to go. There's nowhere else to go. So I'm begging you, stand in the gap. And Christians, you hearing me, stand up for Jesus. I pray that you have a blessed holiday. I also pray that you remember how we got this holiday. And until I see you again, I pray God may richly bless you and that you'll continue to stand in that gap. This is the Prepping Preacher. I'm out of here.